So we want to solve this system of equations by substitution. Now, when I'm looking at it, I'm thinking, man, there's something totally different than what we've been doing in the past. And that's what it is. There's an x squared hanging out. So now I'm having to solve a system of equations that are not linear anymore. Is that going to make a difference? Yeah, a little bit it is. So let's just kind of take baby steps. So first we want to do by substitution. Well, I noticed that the first equation has x squared, y, and 1. My second equation only has an x and a y, so maybe if I solve the first equation for y, then I can plug it into the second equation. So let's try that. So I'm going to have x squared equals y minus 1. So I'm going to get y by itself, so I'm going to add 1 to both sides. So I get x squared plus 1 equals y. Now remember, we just used that equation, so I put a little x next to it. So now I'm going to take the second equation, and everywhere there's a y, I'm going to plug in x squared plus 1. So I need to distribute that minus throughout. Okay, so now let's see, what do I want to do here? Well, there's a couple things you can do. Let's go ahead and get all of our numbers on the right-hand side, so nothing that has x. So that's going to give me 4x minus x squared equals 0. Well, now that looks kind of familiar. That looks like something we did a long time ago, or it seems like a long time ago. We're going to factor out an x. So I'm going to get x times 4 minus x equals 0. So far, so good. So then remember, I set each one of those equal to 0. So the first one solved for me, x equals 0. And then I'm going to add x to both sides on the second one, and I'm going to get 4 equals x. So now we know what our x value is. So what happens for y? Well, I'm going to need to plug in for each one. So I'm going to make a column over here for when I do x equals 0, and I'm going to go over here and do when x equals 4. So I want you to pause the video, do the substitution, come back and check your answers. So you should have got, from the x equals 0, you should have got y equals 1. And for x equals 4, you should have got y equals 17. Now, normally what you're going to want to do is you're going to write these as an ordered pair for your solution set. So I'm going to have the ordered pair 0, 1, and the ordered pair 4, 17.